Hey everybody, welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Guys, today's review I'd like to do is Stillhouse Black Bourbon. And the reason I chose this one today, guys, is because I've always walked past the Stillhouse containers in the store. You guys have probably seen them. Kind of a cool packaging, stainless steel container. Looks kind of like an acetone container, to be honest with you. But I always thought it was kind of neat. Kind of reminded me of an old school gas can, and they put out a lot of product that just doesn't sound like it's quite up my alley. I mean, they have one that's a regular moonshine, and I'd be interested to try that at some point. But they have a lot of flavored whiskeys as well. I've seen one that's like mint chocolate chip, a few others, and it just doesn't sound like, it's quite something that I'd, be into for the most part. If you do a little research, they tell you that one of the reasons they have a stainless steel can is so you can refrigerate their whiskey and then have a nice cold shot, at a party or something. And, I like to enjoy my whiskey. I like something I can sip on for the most part. I don't take a whole lot of shots just to take shots, but I'll always try something once, at least once. And I got a text from my sister a few weeks ago, and she wasn't feeling well, and my brother-in-law and my sister are both usually they're both Scotch drinkers. He wanted to get her something to. I think he was looking for a whiskey to put in a hot toddy, to be honest, but to make her feel better. But he saw this in the store, and he wanted to give it a try. Have her try it out. So she texted me with a picture of this container here, and told me that she really enjoyed this. And it sounds interesting. It's what it is. This one doesn't have flavors added to it per se, but what they do, they take the whiskey. It's a blended bourbon, and they take it and they say they rest it and mellow it with real roasted coffee beans, small batch roasted coffee beans. And I love coffee. I'm a big time coffee drinker, guys. I've been drinking black coffee since I was probably 13 years old. I just love the boldness of the taste of coffee. And of course, I love whiskey, but the two of them together, I don't know. I have no idea how I'm going to like this one, if I will like this one at all. But when my sister told me to try it out, I kept my eyes open, saw it in the store for $12.99 for this container here. This is a 375 milliliter. So had to try it out, guys, for $12-13. Definitely worth a try. And I usually have, my sister and I can agree on a lot of different kinds of whiskey, but we overall have kind of different tastes. She and my brother-in-law, as I might have said, are more into Scotch than I am. I'm more the bourbon guy. And they've had some whiskeys that I like that they don't care for too much, and vice versa as well. They brought whiskeys to different gatherings and whatnot, and that I didn't care for as much. So, we all have our own taste in whiskey, guys. And all I can do is report what I think about something, and definitely want to give this a fair shake. So here we go. I'll read you the container here, and then we'll get to it. It says Stillhouse, America's Finest, is what it says on there. It's 40% ABV, 80 proof. It says a masterful blend of corn, rye, barley, and limestone water. Barreled in charred new American oak, charcoal filtered, rested and mellowed and roasted small batch coffee beans, giving a uniquely complex balance and smooth finish. And then the back says, Stillhouse has elevated the genuine American craft of making spirits using our proprietary all-natural recipes and distilling mastery. Excuse me, distilling mastery. Um, our superior taste and remarkably smooth finish create the new standard for a great American classic. So, and then it says produced and bottled by Stillhouse Spirits. Yeah, it says Stillhouse Spirits, Columbia, Tennessee. So let's open this up, see what we got here. And Lisa Beth, whether I like, geez, spilling it everywhere. But Lisa Beth, whether I like this or not, thank you for the recommendation. Looking forward to this. I love, as I said, I love coffee. I love bourbon. We'll see how they go together. So we take a look at this, guys, and it's kind of neat. I'm not sure if you guys can see up against the wall there, but it's a hazy. I can see this being mellowed with coffee beans, because it's kind of got a hazy light brown tint to it. Interesting. And I'm not sure what the age statement is on this. Doesn't have an age statement. Just that it's corn, rye, barley, limestone water, blended bourbon with mellowed with coffee beans. So let's take a nose. And it has an interesting nose, guys. It actually, I like the nose. It's got a little bit of a burn. I'd venture to say that this whiskey is probably pretty young, but I like the blend that they have here. You definitely, it smells like young bourbon, but you definitely get that coffee note in there. It's a light coffee note. It doesn't smell like the artificial flavoring that they put in a lot of stuff. So that's a good thing. So yeah, coffee, vanilla. I get a kind of a bitter chocolate, like a dark chocolate note in this as well. A little bit of raw grain, a little bit of wood. That's about it. Let's go in for a taste, guys. And I will say, guys, this does have, for an 80 proof, the rawness, probably the young age. It does have a little heat, a little bit of burn to it. But it's also got some nice things going on in there. I definitely got a good coffee flavor. Just in the back, though. Just in the back. I'm glad that this doesn't taste like an artificial coffee note. I was kind of worried about that. Hoping that what they said about mellowing this whiskey with actual roasted coffee beans. I was hoping that was all they were doing to it. That they weren't adding anything more. And it tastes legitimately like it was just rested with or mellowed with coffee beans. It's got a good vanilla note to it as well. It does, like I said, it's got that rawness about it, like just a young raw whiskey flavor, a little bit of burn, but it's pretty interesting, guys. Let's take another taste. And I think I've pretty much covered everything that I'm getting. A little bit of a coffee note in the finish, some raw, grainy notes, definitely from that young whiskey in there. Some vanilla, a little bit of wood, and some dark, bitter chocolate. So that's about all I'm getting, guys. I don't think I'd sip on this. I would Probably use this more as a mixer for like an Irish coffee. Uh, maybe a couple other. If you guys have any recipes for whiskey coffee drinks, I don't really have too many. I get an Irish coffee every once in a while. Um, I don't I don't have too many off the top of my head, but probably go good in something like that. Um, but try this out if you can find it. If you can get a shot of it somewhere, if you can get a little container like this for $12.99, try it out. See if you like it. I can see this being for some and definitely not for others. I'm a little on the fence about this as a straight product, but I think it would go well, like I said, in Irish coffee. Um, but that's about it, guys. It's kind of just it's hard to pick things out. Pick flavors out. It's hard to say anything great about it. Couldn't say anything too bad about it. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's not great either. I would give this one. I'd probably give this one like a 79 out of 100. I like it fine. I'll probably use the rest of this can here to throw into certain drinks and whatnot, but I don't think I'll be drinking this straight. It's a little harsh. Especially for an 80 proof. It's got a little bit of harshness, that raw grain. But try it out, see what you think, let me know. That's going to do it for this one, guys. Hope to talk to you all soon. Got a couple more reviews coming up before too long. Got a blended Scotch whiskey, and that I think most of you will probably know. And I also have a bourbon that I've been talking about for a while. It's been mentioned, recommended by some of you, and in the comments. I'll just tell you what it is. It's I'm going to be doing Old Ezra pretty soon here, guys. Old Ezra, 101 proof. It's a 7-year bourbon, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And that's all I got for now, guys. Hope to talk to y'all soon. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my Facebook page, The Working Man's Whiskey on Facebook. And I'll look forward to talking to y'all soon. Hope you have a good week, and until next time, cheers.